Hey, Tamara, let's do something this weekend.
Oh, hi, Ian.
You don't have any work this weekend, do you? We haven't gone out on a date since last month. I really miss you. Don't worry about money either. I'll pay for everything. My treat.
Well, gee, Ian, that sure is a wonderful offer, and I would love to take you up on it. But unfortunately, a friend invited me to go on vacation this weekend, so yeah.
What? A vacation? That's news to me. You haven't said anything about that until right now.
Yeah, they just messaged me about an hour ago and invited me.
Oh, well, okay. I hope you have fun, but man, that was really short notice about the vacation, huh? Your friend is lucky you were off from work.
Someone else was planning to go along, but that person had something come up last minute. And since they already have the tickets and everything, I got invited instead.
Ah, I see.
So, yeah. I know you're my boyfriend and all, and I really appreciate the invitation, but since my friend talked to me first, I'm gonna go with them. Sorry, we'll hang out another time.
Nah, don't be sorry. Thing is, though, there's something I've been wanting to talk to you about for a while. So, do you think we could meet up sometime before this weekend? We can meet up after you get out of work. Just let me know what your schedule is, and I'll make it work for me.
Can't you just tell me by text?
I mean, sure I could, but it's something I'd rather talk to you about in person.
Oh, okay. I'll let you know if it seems like I'll be able to fit you into my schedule.
Thanks, Tamara. I'll talk to you later.
Hey, Ian, do you have a minute?
Hey, Tamara. You want to talk about when we can meet up, right? I'm really looking forward to seeing you.
Kinda. I guess it's not totally unrelated. Well, to be more specific, I don't think I'll have any reason to meet up with you anymore. So I'll go ahead and say everything I have left to say to you right here.
What? You almost sound like you're gonna break up with me.
Well, the truth is, I'm pregnant with your brother's baby.
What? My brother's baby? You mean my younger brother, Jordan?
Well, duh. You don't have any brothers, do you?
No, I guess I don't.
Okay, then I'm not sure why you're so confused about it. Yeah, it's Jordan's baby.
Are you out of your mind? Jordan's only 19. He's young enough to be your little brother. I mean, he is my little brother.
I know, right? That's what makes it so awesome.
Awesome. You mean awful?
I mean, it's not like we were trying to get pregnant or anything, so that was kind of unplanned. But it just felt so good doing it with a young stud that I kept doing it over and over again. And, well, then I got pregnant.
I would appreciate you holding back any unnecessary details about you sleeping with my little brother.
Sorry, I just can't help myself. So yeah, like I was saying, even if I wasn't expecting to get pregnant, this means I get to marry your super hot younger brother. So I'm actually pretty happy about it. Jordan loves me, and that's all that matters. So I don't care about his age or his relationship with you.
When did this happen? How did this happen? Our house is like a 3-hour drive from you.
Are you kidding? You didn't know? Jordan enrolled in a college with a campus downtown. He's living on his own in an apartment just a little ways away from me.
Wait, really? I never heard about that.
Whoa, I guess Jordan and your parents weren't kidding.
What? You've even met my parents?
Yeah, isn't it great? You never once took me to your house or introduced me to your parents, did you?
Yeah, and I've told you the reason for that a million times before now. My parents treated me like a red-headed stepchild. They gave Jordan everything he wanted and left me with nothing but scraps. You ever hear about hand-me-downs? Well, I got hand-me-ups. I was waiting all through high school for the day I'd finally graduate and be able to leave that family far, far behind me. I haven't gone back home a single time since that day I started college. That's why I never took you to meet them. I didn't want to see them, much less introduce my girlfriend to them.
Yeah, I know. That's what you always told me. But I started to think, is it really fair to base my opinion of them on your one-sided version of the story? It seemed too unbelievable to be true. So about 6 months ago, I figured out what your address was and went to meet them by myself.
You what?
I found your home phone number in your phone's contact list, so I called them up and arranged for a time where I could meet them. Then I waited until a weekend when you were busy, drove up there by myself and introduced myself. I got there pretty late, and it was a long drive back, so they told me I could stay the night.
What the?
It just so happened that Jordan was visiting his parents that weekend, and that night was the first time we were together.
What is the matter with you? I told you time after time how awful they treated me, and after all that, you just go by yourself. And not just that, you... with my little brother.
Yeah, and you know what I found out? They're not nearly as bad as you made them out to be.
Well, I'm sure they put on the best act of their lives.
And you know what else I found out? It was you who was the bad guy, not them.
You gotta be kidding me.
You broke into Jordan's room and stole the money he had saved up at his job during high school. You stole Jordan's girlfriends away from him. You never listened to anything to your parents told you. You were just a complete and total brat.
I don't believe what I'm hearing. That's what Jordan did to me. He stole my money and my girlfriend's. I was the one who worked hard to make something of myself.
Look, Ian, it's your word against theirs. And all three of them told me the exact same story. So if you ask me, what they say is way more credible than what you say. It's 3 versus 1, Ian. So logically, the only conclusion I can reach is that they're telling the truth and you're lying.
It may be 3 versus 1, but all 3 of them are lying.
Whatever. So anyway, you remember me telling you I was going on vacation this weekend? Well, the truth is that I was actually going to your parents' house with Jordan so we could announce our pregnancy to them.
You're a real piece of work.
And since now, Jordan and I are having a baby together, there's no point in us staying together. You would only get in the way. So this is goodbye, Ian.
I see. If you're pregnant, then yeah, I guess you're right.
Obviously I'm right. I'm so happy that I can finally be together with Jordan.
Well, if that's all you gotta say, then I guess we can end this right here. Goodbye, Tamara.
So long, Ian. I'm gonna have a great life with Jordan.
Just do me one last favor and give Jordan and my parents a message for me. I'm cutting them out of my life. I don't ever want to see or hear from any of them ever again.
Good grief, Ian. Don't you think this is the perfect opportunity for you to reflect on your mistakes and reunite with your family? You're such a child.
Reunite with them? I'd rather die.
Whoa, I had no idea you were such a stubborn brat, Ian. I thought you were better than that.
You can think whatever you want about me. I don't care anymore. Goodbye.
Ian, you've got to help me.
Tamara, what the hell do you want?
Don't talk to me like that. I'm in a major crisis over here.
Not that I care. What's the problem?
What do you mean what's the problem? You, of all people, should know. Your mother is an absolute monster. She's treating me like a red-headed stepchild. Don't laugh at me. This is serious. You have to help me.
Nah, I think I'll pass. I tried to warn you, but you ignored me and dove headfirst into that family. If you want help, why don't you ask your darling husband, Jordan?
Jordan's not at home. He has college classes to attend, so he's still going to be back in the city.
Really?
We did get legally married without a ceremony, since I was pregnant and all. But I couldn't just force Jordan to drop out of college to take care of me. That wouldn't be fair to him. So I quit my job and moved into your family's house so that your mom could help me out with the baby after the birth. But she isn't just helping. It's more like kidnapping. She took the baby away from me and won't let me see him. Your dad stares at me a bunch of the time. It's super unnerving. Jordan's the only one who I could talk to about all of this. But he's at college and never comes home. And the worst part is, I heard that he might be cheating on me with another girl at school.
Wow, sounds like you're having a pretty rough time of things. That honestly doesn't surprise me in the least. Actually, it would have surprised me if it didn't turn out like this.
Oh, now you tell me. If you saw this coming, why didn't you tell me? If I had any idea this is what they really were, I never would have married into this family.
What are you talking about? I did tell you. About everything. I told you that my mom was an overbearing queen bee. I told you that my dad was a lecherous creeper. I told you that Jordan thinks monogamy is a type of wood.
But they seem so nice.
The vile creature Jordan turned out to be is a direct product of being raised by my overbearing queen bee mother and lecherous creeper father. And I told you about all of this time after time. But you decided not to heed my warnings, met with my family behind my back. And after meeting them just one time, you immediately decided that I must be the one who was lying, and they were actually all super nice people. But not just that, you slept with my younger brother. The very night you met him. You knew everything that there was to know, and yet you decided to throw in your hat with them. I've already cut off all contact with them, and I don't consider them to be my family anymore. So nothing they do to you is my problem.
How can you be so cold? I get it now. You were right. You were right all along, Ian. So please, can't we get back together? I'll be the best wife you could possibly dream of having.
And what about your kid?
I'll figure out some way to take him back from your mother and get out of here so we can raise him together. I'll let you be his dad.
You'll let me, huh?
Yeah, he's already your nephew, right? That's pretty close to being your son. And since he's the biological son of your beloved wife, I know you'll have no problem loving him like he was your own. We'll have a wonderful life together, just the three of us.
No, never, not on your life.
Just give it a chance. You'll come to like our life together, I know it.
Life with a rusty nail being constantly driven into my brain would be preferable to life with you.
You've got to do something. Will you at least come down here and take me away from here? All I need is a ride. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, it actually is.
But why?
Because I'm not in the country.
You're not? Then where are you?
Not in the country. I got transferred to an overseas branch for my company with a promise of a major promotion. And I'm looking at getting my permanent residency visa as soon as possible.
That's wonderful for you. But why didn't you tell me about that?
I was trying to tell you about it right before you broke up with me, so never even had the chance.
Oh, wait, now that I think about it, you were saying that you had something important that you wanted to talk to me about in person. Was that it?
Yep. My company was talking about the possibility of the transfer at the time, and I told them that before I gave them a definitive answer, I wanted to talk to my girlfriend, you. And that's why I wanted you to set aside some time to talk to me in person. But Then I found out that you had betrayed me in the worst way imaginable, so I no longer needed your input.
Whoa, so that's what's going on? If I had only talked with you openly back then, maybe I'd be over there right now, standing by your side.
You kidding me? The very second I found out you were pregnant with Jordan's child, I'd have kicked you to the curb in an instant.
Really?
Yeah, really. Well then, now that all of that's all been said, I think it should be perfectly clear why I will never help you. I wouldn't even help you if I was living across the street, much less across the globe.
You're so cruel.
Also, I'm going to get rid of this phone soon since I now have a plan with a local carrier over here. So there will no longer be any way for you to contact me ever again.
Ian, please.
So this is goodbye, Tamara. Forever.
Ian, don't do this. Ian.
I heard about what happened after that from my other relatives. My family found out that Tamara had contacted me and they took away her phone. Jordan came home to visit a short while later while on break from his classes. And since Tamara really could just not help herself, about a month after that, she found out she was pregnant with her second child. Pregnant again and unable to run away on her own, Tamara tried going to her parents for help. But it would seem that being easily fooled by bad actors runs in the family. Because when her parents met my parents, they had a grand old time and left reassured that their daughter was in good hands. And then, sometime later, it was Jordan's turn to cause trouble. He started stalking one of his female professors who spurned his advances, got criminally charged for it, sued, and kicked out of the school. The impacts of this didn't just stop with Jordan. In order to pay off the lawsuit and his legal bills, my parents had to sell their house. That was barely enough to cover it, so, left homeless and impoverished, they had no choice but to put their kids into foster care. I'd think that at this point, Tamara could just divorce Jordan and save herself a world of trouble. But for whatever reason, she doesn't seem to be making any efforts to do so.
Jordan, aren't you being a little mean? Hey! Listen to me, Jordan! Huh? What is it, Kimmy? It's been a couple of years now since you and I last talked. What do you want? I heard that you got married! Oh, that's right. I did get married. What the heck, Jordan? So you're just not inviting your friends to weddings now? Well, I haven't even had the wedding yet. Wait, so it's really true that you'll be having the wedding in Puerto Rico? You're going to be inviting me to that, right? And of course you'll pay for my flight and everything too. This is going to be my first time ever leaving the United States. I can't wait. Hold on a second, I'm not inviting you to my wedding. What? This wedding is only going to be for my husband and I, and we plan to have our honeymoon there right after. I know it isn't normal for a couple to do that, but the both of us think it's better to just keep the wedding small and then use the money we've saved up enjoying our honeymoon. Even my parents are okay with the choice we've made, so there's nothing that'll make us change our mind. Therefore, not a single person besides us two is invited. Huh? Also, Puerto Rico is technically a part of the U.S., so you would still not really be leaving the country. Wait a sec, are you crazy? How does this make me crazy? I heard that your husband is a really cool man. And if people are calling him really cool, that must mean he has a lot of money and is very good looking, right? No, he's a pretty average office worker with an average salary, actually. The fact that you're not going to share your high-spec handsome man with the rest of us is insane. How about you stop talking about my husband like that and leave the two of us alone? You are being so mean, Jordan. Well, I happen to have a lot going on in my life right now, and so does my husband. I haven't even invited my parents to the wedding, so if I'm not even inviting them, you should be able to understand what my husband and I want. But that's mean. Unless you are paying for my wedding, you don't get to say anything about the way I want it to go. So stop whining. What? Bye-bye. You are so mean. The fact that you won't even invite your old hometown friend to something like your wedding must mean that he is so good-looking and has so much money, you're afraid of what I'll do. You're a real jerk. I hate that only you will be having a guy like that, and that is so freaking mean to the rest of us. I'm going to get a look at that man of yours one way or another. I guess I'll be seeing you both in Puerto Rico. Justice, good morning.
Good morning, Jordan.
I just got to Richmond Airport.
What? That was fast.
I had a lot of things to bring along with me, so I called a taxi to come and pick me up.
I see. I'm still on the subway right now, coming there. And we plan to meet at the desk 5 minutes before they open, right?
Sounds good. I'll sit down and drink my coffee while waiting for you. By the way, how's your older brother doing? Do you think he'll be fine?
I think you'll be alright. I made sure to make things out to all be true, so you shouldn't be able to find us there. Actually, all I told him was that we'd be going to Puerto Rico for this and didn't tell him anything about where our actual destination would be. So I doubt he'll figure anything out. Honestly, if he were able to still find us, then I'd have to congratulate him.
You might have to then.
And how have things been with you? Weren't you telling me about that really annoying old friend of yours who wouldn't listen to a word you were saying and keeps thinking I'm some wealthy man?
You're talking about Kimmy. Since then, she hasn't said anything else to me, so I think things are okay there. I made sure to do the same as you and only tell her that we're going to Puerto Rico. Also, I didn't say anything about what dates will be there. I think it'll be a lot harder for her to come than your brother, since he at least has family ties to you and has a chance, although slight, of meeting us there.
But I haven't even really said anything to the rest of my family, though. So I really do think everything will be alright.
I think so, too. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Jordan! Just wanted to let you know I was actually able to get all of your plans and everything for your trip to Puerto Rico and won't have any issues finding you. I'm sure you thought otherwise, since I hadn't said anything to you for a while now, right? What? Kimmy? Right now I'm in Puerto Rico as well, in San Juan. Huh? Hey, I'm guessing that you're starting to really freak out right now, right? Why? How? Well, you know me. I just had to be here for your honeymoon and everything. To take it over, of course. And I've already gone ahead and gotten a taste of your husband. What? Did you actually come all the way out to Puerto Rico? I did. I made sure to do all my research into that insanely attractive husband of yours so that I knew all I needed to know. I was able to find out what day you guys would be leaving on and what day you both plan to come back. And with that information, I was able to make my move. What? You're a frickin' stalker then. Hey, since last night you've probably not heard anything at all from your husband, right? What? Why do you say that? Well, because since last night your husband has been by my side. Excuse me? The reason your husband hasn't been contacting you at all is because I made sure to take him from you. What are you talking about, Kimmy? At first, I really didn't have any interest in actually stealing him from you. But when I got that first look at your high-spec husband, I just felt that I was destined to be with him. And within that second, I couldn't get away from the love I started to have for him. And it seems like he's feeling the same way for me. And at this hotel he's been staying at, we both acted out on that love. Is that so? I don't have any plans of playing along with your little games, so calm down. Huh? My husband is sitting right next to me. What? We have our wedding coming up soon. Goodbye. Wait, come on. I can totally understand breaking down like that after your husband just got stolen from you. But how about instead of trying to lie to me, you start to just accept reality or something? There's no way you can have a wedding all by yourself now. Who would actually believe that you have a wedding that's about to start when there's no groom? By the way, the two of us, we just filled out our marriage forms and are handing them in. You were always going on about how he's been your husband for a while now, but when I asked him, he said he wasn't married yet. I was happy to hear that and am thankful that you totally forgot to actually tie the knot first. When we get back home, we're going to head right to the courthouse and hand these papers in. I'm a bit saddened that this all had to happen on your wedding and honeymoon, but he and I love one another so much, and there is nothing that could ever break the two of us apart now. There's nothing else I can do but take him from you. I'll make sure to make him happy for you, so forgive me. Jordan! We both just got back home, and right as we got out of the airport, we went straight to the courthouse and handed our papers in. You're still in Puerto Rico, right? Well, that's not an issue for us. We're heading to his house now to go and see his mom. I know this is a little backwards, but we'll still have to meet one another's family after we got married. I know that his parents were probably expecting you to be the one showing up to see them today, but I'm sure having me will be the same, if not better, actually. Wouldn't that be crazy if they both were more excited that I got married to your man instead of you? Oh, my loving husband is calling me now. I'll update you with how things go later. See ya! What the heck? I can't believe that awful fantasy of yours is still going on and you still haven't noticed anything yet. Listen here, Kimmy. My husband and I are still in Puerto Rico. And we're not coming back anytime soon because we still have a ferry ride and everything left on our honeymoon plans. I have no idea what you think you're doing texting me all the time like that, but you haven't done a single bit of damage to me or my husband. All you're doing is being a little brat and blowing up my phone at random points of the day. Please stop. Jordan! I'm going to give him back to you. I'll even be willing to pay you a settlement if you want, but I need to divorce him. Huh? What are you going on about this time? Since the other day, I went and got to see his mom and everything, and she said she was happy her son got married to me. But who the hell are they? What kind of mother and son duo are they? She was allowing me to move into their house and everything, but the moment I started living here, she began to pick on me worse than any bully from high school. I thought that things were a little bit off at first, but ever since I moved in, she won't let me have a break. And my husband isn't even doing anything to stop her, no matter how many times I ask him to tell her off. I don't care how handsome and wealthy my husband is. If his mom is going to act this crazy around me, then I want out. I hate it here. Please take him back. I promise I won't ever bother with the two of you again after this. Hey, are you telling me the truth right now? Or is this just another one of your fantasies? Because I'm getting kind of sick and tired of all your weird stories and rants. Of course I'm telling you the truth. None of this has been in my head, and I thought you knew that already. I'm going to give him back to you, so do something to help me get this divorce. Maybe come over here and tell him I've been cheating or something, please. Funny that you've been telling the truth, then. Because that man you thought you stole from me, his name is Sid, right? Of course his name is Sid. He was the man who was about to become your husband, so you don't have to ask me all those meaningless questions about him. Well, Kimmy, how about you calm down a little and listen to me? Because I have some rather important things to tell you about your little predicament. What do you have to say? Sid just so happens to be my brother-in-law. Brother-in-law? In other words, he's my husband's older brother. Huh? The man that I married is the younger brother of the man you just got married to. All right? Huh? Actually, that technically makes you my sister-in-law right now. What are you going on about? I know that I shouldn't really be too worried about what happens to you both, but I'll let you in on why this happened to you. From what my husband has told me, his brother wanted to get married before him. He started saying these really idiotic things about how in order to get married first, he would steal his brother's fiancée, me, and then have him marry me. He was so invested in that plan that he even tried to chase us to Puerto Rico. He did chase us to Puerto Rico, but he had no idea in what part of the country we've been in. And as a way of getting him off our trail and to follow a different plan, my husband and I told a few fibs, and that's why he never ended up at our wedding or anything. What I think happened with you is while you were trying to look into my husband more, you came across those fake plans we told his brother and thought they were our real plans. What? Our plan ended up working out for us, and we never had to run into Sid while we've been in Puerto Rico. And luckily, we never had to see you either here. I see. You thought that you found my husband when you arrived, but instead you ran into Sid thinking he was mine, and from there you started your own little adventure with him that's led you into the last place you thought you'd be. What? What are you talking about? I have no idea what any of that means. It's not my problem if you don't understand what I'm saying, but it's going to become yours. And honestly, all of that stuff you were going on about made no sense to me. But what I do know is that I married a man that I didn't fully understand at the time. Jordan, help me! Why should I do that? Well, originally it was Sid who liked you and wanted to be married to you, right? So I'll let you have him now. I'll let you have him, and you can give me your high-spec husband in exchange. I actually really hate Sid a lot, so that's no deal to me. I don't care that you hate him, just help me. How about you just shut up for once? Nothing's going to come from me because my husband is cutting ties to his whole family. Huh? Why is he doing that? You've already started to get a taste of the reason why, right? I can't blame my husband for wanting to get away from parents and an older brother like that. What? What the heck? You are so mean, Jordan. That is my high-spec, good-looking, and very rich husband you have. He is? Because from what I've seen, he's just your average office worker who makes an all-right salary in his company. What? I get that you have a very hard time escaping from your delusions, but are things starting to become a bit more real now to you? My husband, he is a simple office worker, and he makes around $65,000 a year. Okay? He's not a super handsome man? That's right. He's a simple man who just so happens to make a little bit more per year than me, who is a very simple office worker woman. But of course, to me, he is the best man ever. No way. So then what am I supposed to do about this? Jordan, I wanted to say I was able to get a divorce somehow. Lend me some money now? I really needed a way to get Sid to divorce me, and so I started to cheat on him with all kinds of men. But the settlement he's asking from me now, it's a lot more than I was thinking. What am I going to do? If things were going to become this expensive, then I would have never done anything from the start and just stayed married to him. Jordan, reply to me. Why aren't you saying anything back to me? Thinking that she was going to be able to come and steal my husband from me, Kimmy made a dash to Puerto Rico, and when she found another man thinking he was my husband, she married him right then and there. But after some time went by, she realized that he wasn't my husband at all, and in order to get that divorce from him, she had an affair with around 4 other men. This led to her having to pay a massive settlement of over $100,000 to her husband, since she had gone out with that many other men. And let me just say that none of this helped her relationship with her mother-in-law. But that divorce did end up happening, and she was kicked out of her in-laws' house and told to never come back unless she wanted to taste the other end of Sid's father's shotgun. Sounds like Kimmy's parents also cut ties to her after hearing about what she'd done, as they both had already spent way too many years dealing with her crap already. Kimmy had even made an attempt to go back to them for help and to have them give her a room to sleep in, but neither of her parents would even open the front door for her, saying she had 1 minute to get off their property before they called the police. Kimmy may be really stupid, but she's at least smart enough to know that if the police got involved, she'd only be making things worse for herself. The only thing that seemed to go her way in this whole plan of hers was the divorce, and not a single thing else. Thank goodness those two didn't end up having any kids together, or who knows what could have happened between them. As of right now, Kimmy's been working multiple jobs in order to try and pay off her settlement to her ex. But because he's asked for so much, it's going to be years before she's able to pay it all off. Unless she decides that she wants to stop spending money on food and housing entirely. However, she'd really be screwing herself then, so I think it's best that she continues to devote her life to paying off that settlement, as that's really the only option she has left. As for myself, I haven't really done anything and have just been thinking about how Kimmy did absolutely nothing to me that whole time. But hey, I might not understand what all was going on there, but at least it's all over now. I can block Kimmy's number and get on with my life. I think my husband is planning on having the two of us take my parents out to Vegas next, so I should maybe start getting myself ready for that trip.